Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about the 6 biggest times that God will expose the narcissist to you, okay? So I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to explain when God is trying to show you this is who the narcissist is, okay? And I'm leaving the 2 biggest times God is exposing the narcissist at the end. So if you stick around to the end, you're going to hear the 2 biggest reasons, or 2 biggest times rather, that God exposes the narcissist. Okay, so let me get into this. How are you going to know that you're dealing with this narcissist? Number 1, when you get sick, okay? When you get sick, the narcissist is not going to be empathetic to that. A lot of narcissists get angry when you get sick. Why? Because now you're an inconvenience, all right? Now you're of little use to the narcissist, all right? Narcissists want to come and go. They want good times. They want fun times. And the last thing that they want to do is deal with a sick person, okay? And when you're sick, it means that you may need to lean on the narcissist for whatever help you can lean them on for. Maybe you need help. Could they run to the pharmacy and get you medicine? Could they take you to the doctor? Could they stay up with you late if you're not feeling well? Well, let me tell you something. A lot of people saw, even during the pandemic, who was there for them and who wasn't when they got sick, all right? So God is going to expose to you that narcissist by their actions, by their behaviors when you get sick. And sometimes narcissists can actually get very cruel and angry when you get sick. Now imagine that. You're sick and the narcissist is angry at you for being sick. And this happens. And this actually happened to a neighbor of mine when she got cancer, and her husband was very, very cruel to her when she was going for chemotherapy and other treatments. He was, being very cruel and nasty to her because he was angry about the whole situation, all right? A lot of times, narcissists will abandon you when you get sick. They will go find somebody else because the narcissist, they're there for the good times, not the hard times, all right? When the going gets tough, the narcissist gets going, and that's a fact, and I have seen that, okay? So God is going to expose that narcissist to you if you ever get sick, because you're going to see there's going to be a lack of empathy. Or if somebody else in your family gets sick, and, you're going through something, they're going to have very little empathy, all right? Again, they're not going to be there for you. They may say things like, a covert narcissist may say something like, well, if you need anything, give me a call. And then when you go to call them, they don't answer their phone. And they do it deliberately because a lot of times they're sadistic. Covert narcissists can be very sadistic, all right? They pretend to be there for you. They pretend to like you. They pretend they care about you. But when the going gets tough, the covert narcissist is not there, and they're sadistic in the fact that they want to see you suffer, okay? They want to see you suffer. And why do they do that? Because deep down, they hate you. Deep down, they have a deep-rooted jealousy within themselves. This is why covert narcissists do a lot of the evil things that they do, because they're very jealous and envious people. So when, God forbid, you ever get sick and you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they are not going to want to deal with you, okay? They're going to make up excuses why they can't be around, or they want to see you suffer. Silently from the sidelines, they want to watch you suffer, all right? Then, let's say you start to feel better, then they come around and they gaslight and they say, oh, I was so busy with work, or, oh, I didn't have my phone was downstairs. They'll make excuses, okay? They'll make excuses, they'll gaslight for the reasons that they weren't there for you. But trust me, that is God showing you. That is God showing you that this person is not there for you, okay? They're not, regardless of what they tell you. Remember what I always tell you guys. It's not what comes out of somebody's mouth that shows you who they are, all right? You've got to look at their actions. Now, when's the next time God's going to expose that narcissist? When you're just down, when you're having hard times, maybe you're fighting with your boss, maybe you're fighting with your children, maybe you're fighting with your family, or you're down, you're depressed. And narcissists, again, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be around anybody who's down and out or who's depressed. Okay? They feel like, well, if you have problems, you created those problems. Again, they have zero empathy for anybody that's, going through anything. So that's the second time God was going to expose the narcissist because of that lack. They're going to show their lack of empathy. See, we talk about narcissism all the time. People will call anybody a narcissist today. Oh, if they cheat, they're a narcissist. They say if they're selfish, they're a narcissist. But the true indicator or indication that somebody is narcissistic is that lack of empathy that they have for somebody, okay? Narcissism is on a spectrum. This is what people have to keep in mind. It's on a spectrum. You can have people that have very low empathy to people that have zero empathy, all right? So narcissists, these are the instances in your life. See, in life, not everything is fun and games. Things happen in life. People get sick in life. People lose their jobs in life. People have things that happen. Your house could burn down. You could go broke. Things happen in life that you don't even see coming. And when these things happen, that's when you're going to see, is that narcissist your ride or die? Are they there for you when you're down? And narcissists are not there for you when they're down. And especially if they have other options somewhere else and they don't need you. If they don't need you, they will leave you dead in the water, okay? Because of that lack of empathy and because they just don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be inconvenienced. Now, number 3 time that God will expose that narcissist, if you ever become broke, all right? If you ever become broke, narcissists don't want to be around broke people. They want to be around people that have money. They want to be around people that could do something for them. They don't want to have to be out there trying to go and do everything and have to hold the house down, have to pay the bills. So the narcissist, God is going to expose the narcissist because when you go broke or you lose your job, that narcissist is going to, again, have zero empathy for you. And they're going to be telling you, well, go find another job or go do this or go do that, and maybe you are trying to find another job or you are doing everything that you can do, but they will have zero empathy. They're going to be cold. They're going to be angry. And again, they may abandon and leave you because of your circumstances, because you may be going through a rough time in your life. Maybe the economy is bad. Maybe your business went bankrupt. And guess what? Now the narcissist is going to go find somebody else where they don't have to deal with that, okay? Now, next time that God will expose the narcissist is when narcissists run hot and cold, okay? When narcissists run hot and cold. That is showing you, when a person runs hot and cold, that's showing you that they are not an authentic person. Because here's the thing. Here's where they cause the confusion. They're sitting there and they're telling you how much they love you. They care about you. They want to be with you. They love you unconditionally. You are their soulmate. But then you feel a distance with them. Maybe they don't want to sleep with you. They're not intimate with you. Maybe they don't want to cuddle with you. Maybe you're laying in the bed and they're on the other side of the bed. Maybe when they're home, they're on their phones or they're in another room. They don't want to spend time with you. Okay. They're running very, very cold with you. Okay. Or they're talking to you in a very, derogatory type of manner. They talk down to you or they're nasty to you, but yet they're telling you they love you. Well, let me tell you something. Somebody that loves you is not going to talk down to you and treat you like you're a piece of shit, all right? Then they're lying. That's God showing you that, exposing the narcissist, that they don't love you, okay? They don't love you because they're, they're not showing you that they love you. So what narcissists do is they run hot and cold. And the reason that they run hot and cold is because when they're running cold with you, they're running hot with somebody else that you don't know about. And then if things don't work out with that other person, now all of a sudden they're running hot with you. Or they start to run hot with you again when you start pulling away. When you start pulling away and the narcissist feels like they're losing you, they're going to try to draw you back in by being warm to you again, love bombing you again, trying to reestablish that bond again where they have you fooled. So that hot and cold behavior is God's way of exposing the narcissist that no matter what is coming out of their mouth, they're a liar. They don't really care about you, because people that do care about you are not going to run hot and cold, all right? I mean, people may have a bad day, but they'll try to share. If they love you and care about you, they'll share it with you and be like, listen, I'm having a rough day or this, that. But with narcissists, it's a constant hot and cold, and there's always no explanation for it. Narcissists don't even give you explanation. Narcissists just say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm happy. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't be here. Well, yeah, they would be there because they're using you for something else and not for the reasons that you think that they're there, okay? Now, I want to add another reason or another time that God will expose the narcissist. God will expose the narcissist when you see that the narcissist is really nice to other people and cold to you, okay? Narcissists will do this. They will be nice to other people and outsiders and cold and cruel to you. That is not a loving person, okay? That is not somebody who loves you. And they do it deliberately to rub it in your face. Because what they're showing you, when they're really nice to other people and they're ignoring you or dismissing you, what they're doing is they're showing you, hey, look at me. I have all these people that like me and I don't need you. It's to make you feel small. It's to make you feel insignificant, for them to ignore you, dismiss you. This is what the covert narcissist does. You ever been around a covert narcissist when you're around other people? They will ignore you, dismiss you, and be nice to everybody else. And they do it deliberately to make you feel like you're nothing. And they want to rub it in your face to show you, oh, they're so, they got so many people that like them. And they're also nice to everybody else because of their image. They want to portray that they're this great, nice person to everybody else. But meanwhile, at home, they're a monster to you because they really don't care. They don't care about you. They already got you. Understand this. Once that narcissist gets you, they don't care anymore. They don't have to worry about how you feel anymore because they got you at a point where they know you're not leaving. So now they feel they could treat you any old way because they have you locked in, all right? And that's why I said again, when you start to pull back and you distance yourself, or you feel like, you distance yourself from the narcissist, then all of a sudden they're going to re-manipulate you, re-love bomb you, and try to draw you back in, okay? Draw you back in. All right. Now, the last 2 times that God exposes the narcissist, and it's kind of overlapping from what I've said before, is that this is the big one. This is the big one. The big time that you're going to see God exposes the narcissist is that their words and their actions don't line up. Sorry, you guys. I'm, again, I go with lack of sleep over here, all right, dealing with autism. So I'm, again, extremely tired. But let me just give you the last 2 times that God exposes the narcissist. When the words and actions don't line up, this is one of the biggest indicators that God is exposing that narcissist, because it's not what they say, it's what they do. And narcissists talk a good talk. They're good talkers. They're good bullshitters. Narcissists have the gift of the gab, all right? They know how to bullshit. They know how to lie. They know how to fool people, especially naive people. So narcissists, they're going to give you the world. They're going to make promises. They're going to future fake you. Oh, we're going to have kids together, and the kids are going to look like you. Oh, we're going to go on vacation together. And then guess what? It breaks down and none of this transpires. Or they promise, oh, I'm going to buy you this. Oh, I'm going to help you with that in the house. They make a lot of promises that they don't follow through and keep. Again, who does this the most? The covert narcissist. This is one of the biggest indicators you're dealing with a covert narcissist. Their words and their actions don't line up and they don't follow through. So covert narcissists, when you see that, they're telling you, oh, I love you, baby, I love you so much, and yet they never make time to see you, ding, 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 red flag. How could somebody who loves you so much not make time to see you? Or, another indicator, they'll tell you how much they care about you, but then they could be around your neighborhood and not ring your bell or want to be around you. That's another indicator. Or if they really care about you, how come they don't invite you to get-togethers? They don't care about you, because if they cared about you, they would want you there, right? But they tell everybody else how much they care about you. Oh, how are they doing? Oh, I really care about you, this and that. Meanwhile, they never include you in things. People that don't include you in things don't want you around. They don't really like you. That is God's way of exposing the narcissist. It doesn't matter what comes out of their mouths. It matters what they do, okay? I can't say this enough. I used to talk about this all the time in my older podcasts when I talked about dating and relationships, because so many people believed what came out of someone's mouth, all right? People lie all the fucking time, all right? Every day you're dealing with liars, all right? So it's not what they say, it's what they show you, it's what they do, all right? Do their actions match up to their words? If they don't, you are dealing with a liar. Ta-da! You're dealing with a liar. They're telling you one thing and they're doing another, all right? Big, big sign. And that's when God is showing you you're not dealing with a real one, okay? You're not dealing with a real one. You're dealing with somebody who's, playing game on you. That's pretty much what they're doing. They're playing game on you, all right? So remember what I told you. Doesn't matter what they say to you. Words mean shit. It's what they do and what they show you, okay? What is this narcissist showing you? What have they shown you? A lot of times people come to me and they're still reminiscing about the narcissist, and I'll say to them, well, let me ask you a question. What did that narcissist ever do for you? What did they ever do for you? Think about it. Yeah, they made a lot of promises, okay? They may have made a lot of promises, or maybe you had good sex in the beginning with them, but what else did they ever do for you? What did they ever do for you? Were they there for you consistently? Did they follow through? Were they serious? Or were they all over the place making excuses, okay? Now, the next time that God exposes the narcissist is when they constantly make excuses. This is a big one too. Narcissists constantly make excuses. Gaslighting, ding, 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 ding. I talk about gaslighting all the time. Gaslighting is how you're going to be able to expose the narcissist. You guys, I'm going to say it once and I'm going to say it again. Know your gaslighting phrases. If you know gaslighting, you're going to automatically know you're dealing with a narcissist, okay? Because they always gaslight, always. Gaslighting could include phrases like you're crazy, it didn't happen like that, I don't remember, make excuses is part of gaslighting, tell you that, they're going to help you or see you. And then they always coming up with excuses. That's to confuse you and make you think that they're busy. I have to work again. Excuses is part of gaslighting. All right. You're thinking that they're working, but they're not working. So they're confusing you. They're pretty much lying to you. All of this is gaslighting to distort the truth, which is they may be going and seeing another supply, all right? So that's another sign or another time that God is exposing the narcissist by all of the excuses they make, all right? Let's say the narcissist was supposed to help you with something, and they keep making excuses like, oh, I got to go pick up my kid. Oh, there's always excuses. With a narcissist, they're always going to make excuses. See, when you're dealing with a real one will be there for you, okay? 99% of the time. Granted, sometimes things happen in life, but the way you're going to know is that narcissists constantly make excuses why they couldn't be there for you or why they couldn't do something, all right? Like, let's say you told them, hey, can you clean out the garage today? Yeah, they yes you, whatever. And of course, they don't clean out the garage. What's that narcissist going to do? They're going to say something like, oh, I totally forgot. I forgot, or I didn't know how you wanted me to arrange it, so I didn't do it because I didn't know, if you wanted. They're going to make constant excuses. Also, they do weaponized incompetence where they pretend like they don't know how to do something so that you end up doing everything in the house. Okay. So that's God that is God showing you that this person is making excuses, and it's when God is going to expose the narcissist because they don't get it done. They don't get it done, and they come up with excuses, all right? Now, last time that God will expose the narcissist, okay, this is the big one. This is the big one. God will expose the narcissist when the narcissist doesn't need you, okay? Now, I want to bring this up. When you're dealing with somebody, a narcissist, who could get a lot of supply, let's say they're very good looking, or let's say that they have a lot of money, that is a very difficult narcissist to deal with or to lock down, okay? Because that type of narcissist doesn't need you, all right? They're independent. They have money, or they're good looking, or both. In both type of situations like that, the narcissist, they may not need you. They may not need you. So when the narcissist doesn't need you, they're going to treat you lousy, okay? They're going to ghost on you in some instances. They're going to devalue you and put you down. And they may talk to you in a very nasty tone, all right? Because the narcissist doesn't need you. So when the narcissist doesn't need you, or they have another supply on the side, that's when God is going to expose that narcissist because of how the narcissist is going to treat you. So you're going to see that the narcissist is not going to be nice to you. They're going to devalue you, all right? So God is exposing the narcissist when they devalue you as well, all right? When the narcissist devalues you, it's because at that point, the narcissist feels comfortable. And a lot of reasons why the narcissist feels comfortable in devaluing you is because they don't need you anymore. They may have another supply on the side, or they're just tired and bored of you, okay? So these are the 6 times, I think I went over to 7, that God will expose the narcissist to you. And you've got to be aware, okay? What's that saying? Don't neglect the signs that God is showing you. Don't ignore the signs that God is showing you. If it's not matching up, if it's not lining up, if your gut is saying, well, they're telling me this, but, they're making excuses here, then go with the excuses, okay? Don't go with what went out of their mouth, because what went out of their mouth is the lie. That's the deception. It's the actions and the behaviors that will expose the narcissist. It's like these narcissists, right? That you see, these politicians that you see that preach and talk about religion, all right? Or God, or the Bible, or something like that. They talk about how they're godly and they're religious, but yet they don't preach what's in the Bible, all right? They don't follow God's laws. So, or people that say they're people of God, but yet they're cheaters, okay? You can't be a person of God and be a cheater, all right? Like a true person of God. I mean, you could still believe in God and still sin and do things like that as long as you repent and all of that. But these people, they walk around like they're holier than thou, trying to tell other people what to do, okay, because of their religion. And yet they're living in a glass house. They're complete hypocrites. It's like the false prophet. He's pretending to be something that he's not. He's pretending to be the angel of light. He's pretending to be God when he's not. But his actions will show you that he's not a person of God. And what does it say in Scripture? You will know them by their fruits. Period, dot, end of story. You will know that narcissist by their fruits. What have they shown for their lives? If they have a track record of criminal activity, if they have a track record of multiple marriages and not taking care of their kids, this shows you something. Okay, I have clients that come to me and tell me about the narcissists that they've dealt with, and they'll tell me their track record, and I'm like, it's right there, you guys. It's right there. Just look at their track record. They may have gotten involved with you, but maybe they were still married with you. You got involved with a married person. If they did that to you, they're going to do it to the next one. Okay, so this all exposes the narcissist. Their fruits expose the narcissist, okay? So that's how you're going to know. That's God showing you. You know, somebody's track record, their fruits, is going to show you. That's God exposing the narcissist to you. And one last one, I just thought about this, and I can't believe I didn't put this in the beginning because this is so true. The other thing that's going to expose the narcissist is their family, okay? Their family. Because the narcissist family, 99% of the time, the narcissist comes from a toxic family. This is a fact. Every single narcissist that I've ever known, and I've known a lot, okay? I am surrounded by people that have no empathy and people that are narcissistic. And each one of them, believe me, they come from real toxic families, all right? That's why a lot of them are messed up. The fruit doesn't come far from the tree, all right? It does have an impact. I'm not going to say every narcissist that their family is toxic, but most of them or a lot of them are, okay? So how is God going to expose that narcissist? Just take a good look at that family, all right? Go take a good look at that family, all right? Because they may have an enabling narcissistic mother or father, or they have a mother or father that the narcissist is still trying to get their validation from, all right? Or they've learned their tricks from their narcissistic parents, such as silent treatment, dismissal. They grew up around this, and now they're going to do it to their own kids or do it to you, all right? So it does pass on from generation to generation. They learned from other narcissists as well, all right? So, I went on my rant today. I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for coaching, check out the link in the bio for one-on-one phone coaching at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. Check out my YouTube. I have almost 7,000 videos on YouTube where I've gone into almost every topic of narcissism, okay? Every little subdivision of narcissism, because narcissism encompasses a lot, all right? There's all little facets and mind games involved in narcissism. Also, you guys, my Facebook is The Game EXP 123. TikTok is The Game Exposed, and Instagram is The Game EXP 123. And have a great day.